From the top of Mississippi, the award-winning Charger Nation News brings you up to date on the latest events of the week. Today on CNTV, Josh Britt tells us about getting a good night's rest. SHS Pep Rally shines with school spirit, and fall has arrived. Today is Friday, September 27th, 2019, and it's time for your Charger Nation News.
I'm Elizabeth Preuss, bringing you up to date on the latest Charger Nation News. With the kickoff of the Mississippi College Countdown fast approaching, our student ambassadors have a video for your viewing pleasure.
I am broke. I have no money for college.
Well, have you applied for FAFSA? Isn't it FAFSA?
It's bad. Look, I don't care how you say it. What is it, man?
It's a free application for federal student aid based on your parents' income.
So it's free money.
Yeah.
But how would I apply for it?
You make a FAFSA ID at FAFSA.gov. It opens on October 1st in msfinancialaid.org. Make sure it's a 2021 application.
And it'll ask you if you want to complete your state aid page, and you just click yes.
While you're on the website, you can see what you qualify for.
Yeah, like the Help Grant, which is tuition in any public school if you have at least a 2.5 GPA and a 20 on the ACT.
But what if you don't have a 20 on the ACT?
You apply for the MTAG. It requires a 2.5 GPA and a 15 on ACT.
The MTAG is one that even if you don't even if your family's income doesn't qualify, you can still get money for.
Oh yeah, there's this other scholarship called the MESG, and you have to have a 29 on the ACT and a 3.5 GPA. All right.
This is a lot. I think I'm gonna need some help filling this stuff out.
That's okay. On November 4th and 19th from 9 to 3, Get to College will be at our school to help you navigate your way through the website. All you have to have is bring your parents' documentation.
I heard on the 11th the counselor's going to be here in the library to help students fill out an application.
And once you get accepted to those colleges, you can go see Miss Stafford, take your picture, and put them up on the wall over there, and everyone can see what colleges you get accepted into.
Well, what if I get accepted into multiple colleges?
Well, duh, you just smile big and take multiple pictures and hang up on the wall.
That sounds great and all, but do I have to apply for the FAFSA?
You need to apply for the FAFSA to qualify for any scholarship. If you have any more questions, see your counselor. They are always happy to help.
You want to know what else is fast approaching? Our annual EF Tours. If you haven't heard, you have the chance to take a trip to Berlin, Prague, and the Alps. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and each opportunity is different. So if Central Europe doesn't interest you, another trip might.
This will be our 5th year doing trips to Europe. We have been to England, France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Italy, Spain, and I think that's about it. We are going to be doing a trip to Ireland this year, and we are planning our trip that will also include the Czech Republic.
We have gone to London in England, Paris, France, Switzerland, Munich, Germany, Austria, Pisa in Italy, Florence and Rome, and that's just me.
If you're not sold on the idea of going just to see a new country, let it be known that while you're there, you'll receive experiences that you can't find anywhere else. Just imagine the difference between eating a croissant in France compared to here. And it's not just the food that's different either. You'll be able to immerse yourself in a different culture entirely.
To me, going to these countries is really incredible because it gives you a chance to get to know the people and the cultures in those countries. You hear about different things all the time, but it's different getting to experience those places yourself and those people yourself, and getting to form your own opinions instead of just listening to hearsay.
For the students, it's a great experience because not only do they get to go to these new countries, but they get to see how people from these other countries act, how the culture is different, how the food is different. They get to actually see this history instead of just hearing about it in a classroom or reading about it in a book. And I think that helps them build a lot of confidence, and it helps them not just in high school, but also throughout the rest of their lives in college and their career. That confidence stays with them.
Well, this year's trip, which includes Ireland, England, and France, I'm excited to learn more about Ireland, get to visit it for the first time. I personally have Irish heritage, so I'm excited to kind of see where my ancestors came from. And for next year's trip to Germany, the Czech Republic, and Switzerland, I'm excited to get to see the Czech Republic, which is the only place that I haven't been to yet, and get to go back to some of the places that I've learned to love over the years.
I personally hope to learn a lot more about German history. I've been to Germany before. I've been to southern Germany. I've been to I've been to Munich, but I've never been to Berlin. So I really want to compare that capital city of Germany to the capital of Bavaria and see how northern Germany is different than southern Germany.
Just remember, spots are limited. The trip this year has no spots left. But next year's trip to Berlin, Prague, and the Alps still has room for you.
For this year's trip to Ireland, England, and France, there are no longer any spots available, but we are starting to sign up for next year's spring break trip, so 2021, which again will be to Germany, the Czech Republic, and Switzerland. We are going to be holding our next interest meeting on October 1st at 6 o'clock in the lecture hall. There are definitely still spots open. Welcome to any students from our school, as well as any parents who want to join them.
And if you're a student who RSVP'd to that first meeting, you can still get the $200 discount by October 11th.
Remember, this trip isn't just about seeing Central Europe, it's about experiencing it. During the trip, you'll get to see famous landmarks such as the Berlin Wall, the former capital of the Holy Roman Empire, the Louvre, the Notre Dame, or at least what's left of it. But you want to know what's more important than seeing Central Europe? Getting a good night's rest. Here's Josh Britt to talk to you about the importance of sleep.
As high schoolers, sleep can often be the first thing we neglect when we start to get busy. According to the National Sleep Foundation, only around 15% of teens get a recommended amount of 8 hours of sleep on a school night. When you don't get enough sleep, you're not able to concentrate in class. It can also cause you to forget important things or lead to aggressive behavior with others. It may be hard to balance everything and still have time to sleep at a reasonable hour, but there are steps you can take. When you get home, don't immediately go to sleep because this could mess up your sleep schedule and lead to problems sleeping. Try setting alarms for yourself to know when to wake up and when to go to bed. Another thing you can do is try and limit how long you stay up on your phone or playing video games. It may seem fun now, but you'll regret it tomorrow morning in first block at 8:25. Try and make sleep a priority in the late hours of the night so you know that it's important. Getting sleep on time and sleeping long enough is more important than you think. This has been CNTV reporter Joshua Britt.
Some brave South Haven students are helping us physically by giving blood. This blood will help people who are going into surgery or who have lost too much. If this doesn't warm your heart, maybe the weather will. Here's December McGraw with your weekly weather forecast.
On Friday, we will have a high of 93 and low of 73. Saturday, the high will be 91 and the low of 73. This brings us to Sunday, where we will have a high of 93 and low of 73. According to the calendar, fall has arrived, so make sure to dress cozy and have a great weekend.
Now here's Joshua Osmer keeping you up to date with the heat on the field, the court, and the water.
Last week, our Chargers football team went against Whitehaven with a huge turnout. There were some great passes being thrown and some good defensive plays. However, our Chargers lost 17-6. Tonight, our football team has an away game at Oxford. Go get 'em, Chargers. Our boys and girls cross-country track team went to Saltillo High School for an invitational track meet. Our boys finished 6th at the meet with David Cox leading the way with 5th overall, and our girls finished 8th overall with Lauren War leading the way. Now let's go over to the pool. The swim season is in full swing and many have qualified for the North Half. Swimmers are now preparing for their next meet in Tupelo on October 8th. Our pep rally, which took place last Friday, was a big event for South Haven High, with our Chargers screaming their hearts out for the Spirit Stick. The event was held outside and the bleachers could barely hold everyone's excitement. Everyone in the crowd focused their attention to what was happening on the field. There was music, dancing, shouting, not to mention band, cheerleaders, and dancers performed very well for us that day. With so much passion for our school being shown, it is undeniable that we really have Charger spirit. Have you ever wondered the whereabouts of our school sports banner? If you've been looking around in the Great Hall, you may have noticed it. Ever wonder where it came from?
We did our first banner 3 years ago, and then since then it was a big hit, obviously, and so we've just kind of made it bigger and bigger every year. Yeah, Marty Pettit. He's a photographer out of Tupelo, and we saw his banners that he had done on a road trip to Tupelo, and contacted him and gave him some of our ideas, and kind of made something unique to put on the side of the building and in the Great Hall. So all our sports are represented. So, you know, if you look there in the middle, you can see football and basketball, of course, but you also will find band, you'll see archery, golf. So everybody, we try to include everybody.
The banner shows all school sports, including football, weightlifting, basketball, volleyball, and many more. It is safe to say our banner has become a staple representation of all of our sports teams. This has been CNTV reporter Joshua Osborne.
If you want to stay up to date with future Charger Nation happenings, follow us on Instagram and our YouTube channel. This has been Elizabeth Preuss with your CNTV News.